Yo, BJ Gaddour with the Daily BJ. Workout 5 is kettlebell base. You'll need only one. Psych! You need 2 kettlebells, okay? For movement 1, gorilla row. A lot of these can be modified with dumbbells, but just one of those things. It's a kettlebell workout, so try not to modify too much. This could be one that you could skip if you don't have access to kettlebells. But exercise 1 is a one-arm overhead press. You're gonna superset everything unilaterally. So left side, right side. You're gonna do that, move on to the next superset all the way through. The PDF has the full workout description. So I'm going to clean the weight up into the rack position, all right? Elbow tight to the side, rib shoulders down, abs crunch, glutes tight, and I'm gonna press overhead. The rotational nature of the kettlebell has, you see how it's a natural, what's called Arnold press. Just rotate through it. You're gonna stay down, rib shoulders down. Make sure the weight's not so heavy that you're getting 5 reps or less in 20 seconds, all right? So you wanna load appropriately, push through. If you get really tired or fatigued, you could also add a little bit of a push press to it where it's a slight dip of the hips and bend to the knee as you push overhead, all right? If you really start to fatigue, otherwise just keep it a strict overhead press, okay? So that would be left, right. From there, gorilla row. So this is where you do need the 2 kettlebells. The other one is gonna be meant as a tool to help you create with this push-pull effect where you're retracting the shoulders on one side and protracting on the other. It's a really great way to help improve shoulder health and strength. Also, I find it helps improve form and technique. So, start with a neutral grip, gorilla position, all right? That's the most natural thing I do all day, right there. All right, so only one arm at a time. So push down with the right and pull low to the ribs, all right? You can widen out your base if needed to make more clearance, kind of experiment with it, but pulling this one will really start to get you from round to round, because even though only one arm is technically working, the other arm is working, actively resting as a stabilizer. Love that exercise. From there, we're going one arm swing. So key on this is good swing base, 12 to 18 inches behind the bell. You're gonna tip it on its back. From there, arm is, no, never, right? Never with kettlebells. Shoulders down and back, screw it in to the socket. From there, hike it back and create that. So even though the other arm isn't holding the weight, it's still working and swinging with us, all right? Stay flat, go from a hip hinge to a plank. Exhale through the top. All right? And you hit up both sides in that way. Then we got one arm clean. Now these are a little challenging for some people to get. You gotta make sure you're pulling the weight straight up the body and not arcing it, all right? So what I'm gonna do here is start right here, weights right underneath the crotch. I'm going to explosively leg press through the ground, pull the weight straight up my body, okay? If you have bells with faces, by the way, they should face this way when you do your cleans so that you're getting the smooth side to the shoulder, all right? Pull straight up, right there. See what that is? It's not, you can see how that's a bad position to be in. You're bringing it straight up and down the body. Don't think about it. It's also one of those movements where a heavier load is actually easier to do because it's less likely to flop and rotate over on you. So, quick, 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 all right? So much easier to learn than power cleans, really. And if you really struggle with it, do it in front of a wall. It'll make it impossible for you to arc it because you gotta come straight up. It's a nice autocorrect form tool that I like to use, okay? From there, lateral lunges. To the left for a whole set, then to the right. So, hips and shoulders square. You go hands here. You're gonna go to the side. Kettlebell touches just inside the leg like that. Push. So, load, explode. Load, explode. If you have access to a weight that isn't challenging enough for you, you could also make it a contralateral load where right arm is holding as left leg is working, and then switch sides from set to set, or just stay with the 2-arm option, your call. And then we finish with the 1-arm front squat. So left side, right side, great way to give you a slight uneven load to challenge the hips and core. Also allows a little bit of rotation through the upper back where people that may struggle with a true bilaterally or symmetrically loaded squat, symmetrically loaded, might like this option better, but it does challenge your shoulder girdle a lot. So again, you're gonna clean it into position. If it's really challenging to hold up, you can use offhand assistance, but all I'm gonna do is get to that shoulder width stand, slight toe flare, sit tall, push up and reach. Make sure I keep the elbow up. I don't want to come down and let it tip. The bell will fall on you. Again, that's why it might make sense initially just to have the offhand here, because you're gonna really test your shoulders as you go from round to round on that. Super challenging workout. Does not take a lot of weight. Start with a 12 to 16 kg bell. You can always build up from workout to workout. Deuces.